listening to the Fox and Raven podcast.
Welcome to the Fox and Raven podcast. I'm KOS, the King of Sorrow, aka Fox. And to the right of me, on the side of me, is J-Toon, aka Raven. What's up, Toon?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
I'm over here this way.
Yeah. This way. I look this way.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Playboy? What's going on?
Chilling, dealing with some BS. Just to give everybody a heads up, our website was under for a few days. If you try to get on there, it probably wasn't working. I do got it fixed. You may notice it's a little bit different. It's a little more simple, a little more basic. That's because the hosting site that we were using, they crashed on us. They kicked us out. They don't want no part of anybody, Fox and Raven. So we have to go in directly to another site. You can still find everything on there. Go check it out. I'll give you guys a quick little, if you are watching the video version of this, I'll give you a quick little rundown. You got all the sections down here. You can find all our social media. So yeah, that's basically it. Make sure you go check that out. foxandravenent.com. Follow us, Fox and Raven ENT on Instagram.
Disrespectful.
What?
They just disrespected us.
I know.
I'm feeling like I look greasy and mad out of shape. Man, I got greasy and mad out of shape. I just got off whatever, but I got to train, man. I'm out of shape for like at least a couple of weeks. I've been doing a little move and stuff. I ain't gonna tell everybody my business just yet, just moving stuff. But in between that, just moving shit, putting shit together. But I've been training like 2 weeks, man. I feel like I lost all my gains. But then when you see somebody, they're like, oh man, it was like, oh, you all swole now and all that shit. I did a push up. I ain't did none of that shit.
Yeah, you just ain't used to.
Just sad. Eating junky food.
You're too used to yourself.
I had McDonald's like 2 nights in a row, dog.
Oh shit.
I got weak, bro. I had two McDonald's 2 nights in a row.
That's all right. I've been doing this like kind of like intermittent fasting, but it's like 1 meal a day, and I drank yesterday, so I ended up fucking up and getting some greasy ass Chinese food. I was like, man,
and cocaine, baby.
That's what I need for the diet, not vice versa. I'll lose all kinds of weight on that shit.
Fucking Rick, first class Rick James, baby.
Real quick, too, I got to plug. Go to our YouTube page. I got a part 2 of my vlog. I got vlog number 2 out. So anybody go check out our YouTube page and check that out as well.
Yeah, and remember that it is still October for what's this? I don't do math that well. I was gonna say for 20-something days, and I don't know. But it's still October, and all of October we got the breast cancer. We want to support breast cancer awareness. You can support it on your own. Make sure you can also go to foxandravenent.com, and we have a nice pink All Breast Matters breast cancer awareness shirt. If you watching this, it's right there on the screen. All breast matters, because all of them matter, big, small. Long as there's some cushion under there, it's a breast. All breasts matter. So make sure you get that to show your support, into any kind of rehabilitation program or any kind of what's the other places that you say too?
So I'm doing some research. The thing is pretty much everywhere that you donate for breast cancer, it's always for breast cancer research. What I want our money to go to, and like I said, if you buy the shirt from us, you're buying the shirt because you want the shirt. We're the ones donating the money because we want to. We're not like asking you to buy the shirt so that we can donate, because it's not going to be that much money per sale. We just want to do it because that's what we want to do. And I'm all for the research, but what I want is I want it to go to treatment, rehabilitation, reconstruction. I want it to go to those things. I want it to be about helping the people who have it now, who are trying to overcome it and fight it and beat it now. I'm all for trying to find a permanent cure to get rid of it. However, there are people going through it right now. My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer as well. So, it's like I can, so it's like I'm not just, bullshitting, where I want people to actually benefit from the money that we're giving instead of people that may benefit 10, 20, 30 years from now. I want the people who are going through it right now to benefit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So and that's what we're going to put a percentage of the profits and make sure that it goes into those research facilities, like you said. Yeah. We want people to start being healthy and benefit from Because fuck cancer all the way around, no matter what kind of cancer it is.
Exactly.
And so we want people to rehabilitate and also, find cures and things. Now we know everything else is going on with COVID, and you trying to find a cure for that, but don't forget about them titties. Can't forget about them titties. Everybody needs a titty.
They are the most
important. A titty a day to keep a doctor away. You can't forget about the titties. Big, small, medium titties, skinny titties, fat titties, old titties, young titties, not too young. They gotta be 18 and up titties. And
18 and up.
Yeah, 18 and up titties, but titties, breasts.
like that Martin Lawrence shit. Sagging titties, stretch mark titties, I licking between the lines.
All type of titties, just any titty.
Yeah, man.
Black titty, white titty, all titty matters. All breasts matter. And the serious, we making jokes, but the serious factor is breast cancer is serious. It's just as serious as breathing air. Make sure that you show your support. Even if you show your support by doing this little shit like this here. You got a little wristband, wear your little pink. You know what I'm saying? It goes good with the shirt.
Oh man, I went to this brewery yesterday.
Show your support.
I was wearing the Fox and Raven breast cancer shirt from last year. And I got the logo real big, and they say the all breasts matter on the back. And when I was walking to into the place, there was a couple behind me. The chick, it was a couple, it was a girl and a guy, and the chick was laughing because she was like, "Oh, that's funny, all breasts matter." And the dude, he didn't
find that shit too funny, huh? With his punk ass.
Well, what was funny is, that
I'm
too,
sorry, bro. I didn't mean to disrespect you like that.
He was one of the All Lives Matter people, so he got offended because I was making a mockery of All Lives Matter. So it's like, oh, all breasts matter, like that's it's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew it. He was soft. That's why I said with your punk ass, you soft.
Yeah,
soft.
Soft like a slow jam.
All breasts matter. What it's like, God, I ain't even gonna get.
All cancer matters. What about testicular cancer?
What about
you ain't got no nuts anyway, motherfucker.
That's all breast matter. I know it had to be somebody. I say if she laughing, when you said it's a couple, it's two people, and when you mentioned one, I knew the other one had a problem. Yeah. It's always one that have a problem.
And it's always a bitch ass dude, especially when the girl thinks it's funny. And I was with my girl, so it's
softer than a wet towel, just soft.
Softer than a wet napkin. And it's not like I was with my girl at the time, so it's not like I'm gonna come and swipe your bitch up. I mean, I might, because my girl gets at girls too.
Just disrespect, just so soft. Yeah. My girl got a girlfriend.
My girl take your bitch, man. Acting like
girl
a punk.
Got a girl.
But
my girl got a girlfriend. I done had a girl with a girlfriend with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But that's sad, man. Just so soft. Everybody's so damn sensitive. Which is so sensitive. But if it was disrespectful, then the woman that approached you or laughed about it would have been like, I appreciate what you're doing, but I think that's insensitive or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if she wasn't that sensitive, she thought it was funny, and that's the whole point behind it.
My thing is it's like it's promoting something, it's for something. It's like, oh yeah, all breasts matter. It's fun, it's funny. It's a play on, and this is a shirt.
And this was before. This is remember.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. This is a shirt from last year. Last year, the year before that. No, the year before that. This is from 2 years ago because I had this one when I was living in San Diego still. So this was a shirt from 2 years ago to say all breasts matter. He want to bring it up like I made the shit just now because it's a sensitive.
But the man is offended though. The guy. Yeah, that's the part to give me. The guy is offended.
Exactly.
Oh my God! I can't believe you say all breasts matter. What about? Come on, you offended?
It's not even that he was offended about the cancer part. He was offended because he's like, oh, it's making a mockery of all lives matter. All lives matter made a mockery of Black Lives Matter. You stupid motherfucker! Like, do you not get the you know what I mean? But whatever.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean, but that's so.
It's weak.
God,
it's weak.
I can't believe
it's beta shit.
It's like you ain't. like I said, if that woman was like, oh, you know, that's cool and everything, but at the same time, you know, it's like, oh, that's kind of offensive. You'd be like, damn, all right, whatever, bit. No, I'm joking, but
I
you'll
would
be
have.
like,
I don't see a damn fence around here. Who are you talking about?
offense, defense, offense.
I don't see
That's
a damn fence.
offensive.
Yeah. Oh, that's
No,
offensive.
but
Like, bitch, what? I
But
can't.
but that's the funny part. But that's not even the first time that something like that happened. I don't know.
Nah.
It's been many times that we done had a situation like that where the
Oh yeah.
guy gets offended and the girl is fucking kikiing and shit, laughing her
Yeah.
ass off about something that we do.
Exactly. And then I think that's
Oh,
probably why he disliked it. If he would have found it funny first,
she
I
was
bet
she
you it
was
would have been
kikiing
funny.
and shit.
Yeah.
That is so cute. She was all on
Yeah.
it.
And then he was
You
like,
know.
"Oh, that's stupid." Okay, motherfucker, you're
Or
stupid.
you laughing?
Yeah. Oh, supporting breast cancer awareness is stupid, right? You fucking like, man, what an
Yeah,
idiot.
you know what I mean. With a pink shirt and everything, I'm just wearing pink. Well, I don't like Pepto Bismol and nothing like shit like
I
that.
know.
I'm just walking around
Yeah.
with a pink shirt just because.
Yeah. Like
And
the
this ain't no
October.
gender reveal fucking every day. Like what the fuck is
Exactly.
this?
Yeah. The October is the only time you catch me in pink. That's it. I was
Yeah.
wearing that shirt on the
Well,
podcast
no,
last week.
actually, if you kept if you if you kept a GoPro on me and caught me with a POV, you'll catch me in pink all the time. You know what I'm saying? One in the two in the
Two
pink,
in the
one
pink,
in the
one in the
stink.
stink.
Two in
Yeah,
the pink, one in the
yeah,
stink. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The Fox
I
and
do that. I
Raven.
do that. I do that on weekends. I call it the Metropolitan.
That Fox and Raven, two in the pink, one in the stink. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? You'll catch
yeah.
me in pink all the time. It's
I'm
just
white. I'm white. I got some pink and then some brown. It's Metropolitan ice cream right there.
Metropolitan.
Yeah,
Metropolitan. I like that. Oh,
yeah,
well, we need that on another shirt. Metropolitan.
yeah. Two in the pink, one in the Metropolitan.
That's what we should do. Don't steal our idea. 'Cause that's a good
I
one.
know.
Two in the pink,
I
one
gotta
in the
make
stink.
that shirt before this podcast comes out.
Yeah, that's some dope shit. Say two in the pink, one in the stink. Call me Metropolitan.
Yeah. Or just have
Yeah,
the
no.
Metropolitan like ice cream, right? And then have like the
Yeah,
pink, the strawberry, the vanilla, then the chocolate. Show two fingers going in the strawberry, one going in the chocolate.
yeah. There we go. That's even better.
Yeah,
So you got to get a finger that's doing this shit.
yeah. That's the next shirt, you guys. Pre-ordered now.
Yeah, we gonna do it too. Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
We gonna do
we're
it.
gonna do it before you hear this. By the time you hear this, it'll be up on our store. Don't
We're
worry.
gonna have. We got a few ice cream ideas. That 31 flavor one is
Oh
a
yeah,
good one,
Baskin
and
Robbins,
that two in the pink one, the one in
the
so
Metropolitan.
stupid and nasty, but it's funny as hell. Two in
Super
the
funny.
pink, one in the same. But yeah, that's just it's just. Speaking of that's a good segue to another conversation to add on to what we just said about the sensitivity levels of people nowadays. Like, you know what I mean? Just it just remind me of that shit. We were just talking about this when it came to Spider-Man shit, but I ain't going on to gaming right now. But
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, like, yeah, you know, everybody being extra sensitive right now about just anything. Anything. It's like this
and
year
yeah,
was, but besides like the pandemic and blah blah blah, and I understand it bring and the racial equality and inequality and all that sort of stuff, but uh it made everybody, but I know it started like last year, didn't it? Like everybody's extra sensitive about anything.
everything, everything.
With the
With the
cancel
Dave
culture
Chappelle,
shit. There
yeah,
we go.
when Dave Chappelle released that Sticks and Stones from there, I
Yeah,
mean, it was before that people started getting sensitive, and I think people after the Sticks and Stones from Dave Chappelle, people actually started fighting back against it. And it's
yeah.
funny. It's funny because it's like it's interesting too the psychology behind it because people like us will say that they're sensitive. Like, oh, you're extra sensitive, you're all in your feelings about everything. But then people on the other side will be like, oh, if anything, it's strength because they're finally deciding to fight back against it. It's like, no, bitch. The way I see it is when you know that the world has gotten too sensitive is when comedians start being canceled. That's when you know
Yeah,
shit has gotten too sensitive because
yeah,
comedian is the ultimate form of freedom of speech and it's supposed to be offensive. You know what I mean? And when
yeah,
you start
yeah.
calling them, when you start saying it's too much coming from a comedian, you're sensitive.
Yeah. And that's the whole point. Of a comic. It's like it's fucking. It's all that shit is fanatical. It's supposed to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. They get on stage to say shit that you want to say that you can't say. and they just and they happen to be good at it. Some of them not, but the ones that we grew up on were fucking excellent at it. They perfected their craft. You know what I mean? No matter what color, what race they were, perfected their craft. Especially the popular ones, Adam Sandler and even Adam Sandler had all kind of ridiculous racist shit in his movies, but it wasn't the point to be racist. Is the joke was behind it.
Right.
You remember the dude with the crocodile all in the hips. It's all in the hips and all this shit. They would have all kind of racist shit they said towards him. But he said, "Why is it because you're black?" He was like, "No." It's like it's like they wouldn't let me in.
And then the animal. Black. And then the animal.
Yeah, he was like, "No, it's because of fucked up hand. Remember his hand was gone and shit from behind his back."
But the animal, that one thing, he's like, "Oh, that's reverse racism. They're letting me smoke in the airport." He's like, because just because I'm black. And then he came up, he's like, "That lady over here, she been here for 10 years. I got a promotion. I've been here for 2 weeks. You know why?" He goes, "Because you're black." He said, "Nah, because that bitch is dumb." That shit was so funny that I started crying when I saw that shit the first time. I started crying. But it's funny though, because
he said they had that same punchline joke. He was like, remember, he goes, "Why, Chubb?"
He said, "Hell no."
Hell no. Because the guy took my damn hand, he popped it off from around the corner, it was all wood and shit. I was like, but you get what I'm saying? That was the point. That's the whole point.
I couldn't play in the open. You know why? Because you're black. Hell no, because this damn alligator.
Hell no.
Hell no. But it's like KY jelly 2 for 1. Hell yeah. But what's funny is you look at, we're supposed to be progressed as a society. There's supposed to be more diversity, less criticism, less racism, less prejudice. Yet you had comedians who lived successful careers like Eddie Murphy, which is a little more recent, but when you look at his stand-up, shit wasn't okay during like Eddie Murphy's stand-up.
Oh no, look at Richard Pryor, all that shit. Red Fox, and Robin Harris, and all the rest of those motherfuckers.
When you look at that kind of shit, there was still heavy racism at those times. Women couldn't even vote. I mean, couldn't even buy a credit card until 1970s, and that's not that long ago.
I didn't even know that shit.
Yeah, women couldn't even get credit cards until like 1974 or something. And it's like our parents were alive at that time. That was like just 15 years or so before we were born. And women could barely get credit cards like a man
for real. When it came to credit cards, they couldn't buy it till 1970. That's some crazy shit. I didn't even know that shit.
They couldn't.
Mama was a damn lie. I'm gonna go talk. No, she wasn't even born till like 64 or some shit like that. So
so she was still like a teenager. She couldn't get a credit card anyway. But it's just the point that we're supposed to be so progressed right now, and people are so much more offended by racial jokes and shit than they were back when everything was super racist. Even back then when comedians, you remember. There were comedians dropping M-bombs and all kinds. Like I forgot that white comedian, but he used to say some funny shit. And he was saying, the N-word.
Was it to do with the long hair? Like he had long hair to the back, and he's like a kind of old, real old.
No, it was a kind of fatter dude. It was kind of chubbier dude. I think he had like a military cut, but he used to like call the black people in the crowd N-word and shit, and they would laugh at it because it was comedy. It was a stand-up comedy. You see some shit like that. You see Kramer crazy ass come out like that now. That motherfucker, they're going down.
There's a nigger. There's a nigger. There's a nigger.
and it's like, of course you need a substance. It can't be for no reason. Like it has to be at least be funny. But could you imagine a white comedian saying that shit now, like they did in the
Oh man, they cancel just because it just even if it's slightly offensive. It's supposed to be offensive, even if it's slightly offensive though. They ain't even gotta say nigger. They can sit there and say, "Oh yeah, all these chicken eating black dudes came in." They'd be like, "What chicken? Oh my god, he said we eat chicken. Do you eat chicken, motherfucker?"
Guess who would cancel them though? It'd be the fucking white people.
Yeah, the white people would cancel them, like they did. Because we're talking about sensitivity like this in this football season. The damn Washington team. What is this shit? Does that even
football team?
Yeah, does that even fucking make sense? It don't even make sense. Y'all ain't even give them a name before they start. They could have been the Washington Reds if that was the case.
Exactly. Yeah, like the Cincinnati Reds and shit. And it's like, you gonna change the Kansas City Chiefs because that's an Indian reference.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like certain shit is just too damn sensitive, and it's like.
I don't know
I
if I talked
understand abolishing slavery, abolishing racism and all that kind of shit. But you're not gonna. I mean, I ain't gonna go
well,
there.
now let me say something. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast before, but for anybody that doesn't know, my grandma is Choctaw Native American. All right. So my question was always, and it's funny because people don't know this. And the same people who are like, oh, Washington Redskins is offensive. And this is a white lady I was talking to. I was arguing with this lady. She's like, well, I'm part Native American and it offends me. Are you going to fight for them to change the name of Oklahoma? She said, what does Oklahoma have to do with anything? What's their football team? I said, not their football team, the name of the fucking state, Oklahoma. Are you going to fight for them to change that? And she said, I don't know what that means. Let me explain. My grandma is a Choctaw Native American, a tribe from Oklahoma. Their chief at the time, because Oklahoma was their state. They had to cross into other territory to go trade with the white people. They named the chief of the Indian tribe, named Oklahoma after Okla means red, Homa means like human, red people. That's literally the translation of the state of Oklahoma. It means red people. It was named by the Indian chief because only Native Americans were allowed there. Only the red people were allowed in that state. And because of the Washington Redskins name, their logo was a Indian chief that a lot of Native Americans took pride in. And a lot of the Choctaw kids were super heavy Redskins fans because it was named after, like their state, like Oklahoma, red people, Redskins. So even though some people found it offensive, there were people who loved it because like the colleges in Oklahoma, there's like a Redskins college and that's their mascot. And they take pride in that because it represents them. And now they're, one of the, besides the Chiefs, the only, thing that represented them as Native Americans, they got taken away from them. So it's kind of like being more racist by taking away the one icon that they had in the NFL.
Yeah. I just don't understand. It's like, it's even with the flag shit and shit like that, always, burning and taking down shit and things. But that's not even what we getting on. We getting on back to the little comedians. That is the sensitivity level is just ridiculously high, and it has been for too long. It's about being sensitive about certain shit. I'm not talking about serious matters. Serious matters that you can things that they're changing or trying to change now. I ain't talking about the serious matter. We talking about comedians and video games and movies and shit like that. That's like entertainment shit that's for entertainment. It's for entertainment. If you get a white comedian that says some racist shit about black people, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, like, oh yeah, they cancel him because he's saying racist shit. That's his job to talk shit. His job is literally to talk shit. That's what he's supposed to do. Yeah. As long as it's funny. Is he out there hanging motherfuckers? Is he out there, killing motherfuckers? Yeah, then that's different.
Who is he physically hurting?
He's physically hurting by telling jokes. Well, besides your ribs when you laughing and shit and giving you asthma and shit. It's like, who are they physically hurting? And be like, yeah, I farted the other day and blah, blah, blah. He said he farted, blah, blah, blah. It's like, so the fuck what?
I know.
But that's what I'm saying. They can talk about flatulent jokes. They can talk about sex all day long. Well, not even no more. Well, that's the whole point of this conversation. You can't even talk about, they don't even talk about sex or anything that has to deal with anything that these people find wrong. He talked about he ate 2 peanuts and choked on it and gave it to his little son, and his son choked on it. Oh my God! It's like, what the fuck? It's a joke. You don't know if that was serious or not. You wasn't there, motherfucker. You ain't at their house to understand if that joke is a serious joke. These are stories that they're telling. They're sharing stories and shit like that to get a reaction. The point is to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah,
that is the whole point.
And that doesn't mean at the same time that we're not for fighting for, people's rights and shit, but just do it in the right platforms. Like you said, in these cases, it's shit that's entertainment. It's shit that shouldn't be taken that seriously anyway.
Entertainment shouldn't be taken seriously, and at no point. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I don't understand. I still don't understand. They were like, hey, they'll probably say, oh, you're one of the people that's wrong with the world. You don't understand. You don't see what's harmful behind entertainment. If you take entertainment that seriously, they'd be like this. Well, do you take when your football team wins and all that kind of shit? I take it. I don't sit there. Yeah, you might be entertained and upset at the moment that they're losing or the basketball team is losing, but I don't take that shit with me. I ain't gonna go beat my wife and shit like that because they fucking lost. They fucking
quit my job and shit.
Yeah, I ain't about to go quit my job and fucking I want LeBron James to die because they lost, or what the fuck is that? Or they won, What is that shit? That shit is ridiculous. They won, oh my god, life is over. Go commit suicide and shit. Like that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Packers lost, I want reparations.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fucking stalk his house and kids and shit. Go down the street, follow them to school. You literally fucking pre-plan all that shit.
I know.
Premeditated shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they really do. Stop these motherfuckers. Like, what is wrong with you?
And they do, but I mean, the same sense is kind of stupid too. Like let's use LA for example. I remember, man, when the Lakers were in the championship one year, and everybody was in by the Staples, all surrounding the Staples Center. They're like, if the Lakers fucking lose, we're gonna riot. Fucking Lakers won, and they still rioted, flipping over cars. Y'all just destructive for the sake of being fucking destructive. It wasn't about the sports.
Even the comedians at the time, when comedy was good, they said, remember they made jokes about LeBron leaving Cleveland, and they burned his fucking jersey. I was like, y'all burned his jersey because he left a fucking team? Like, you motherfuckers, really? But it's just like, it's just progressively seeing the sense. Whether everybody's passionate about something. I understand that. I understand about being passionate, even if that passion takes you away from your fucked up life, whatever. But you don't. That passion should be filled with
somebody else's life.
Yeah, exactly. The passion shouldn't be filled with trying to fuck up somebody else's life. Like, because your shit fucked up. They shit gotta be fucked up. No, you worry about fixing your shit. Exactly. Don't worry about what they doing. And that's in any part of entertainment, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? People flip out over Harry Potter books and shit. I can't believe Hermione, whatever the fuck her name is, she kissed the redhead dude. Yeah. She kissed the redhead dude. It should have been Potter. Harry should have had his kiss. Harry should have fucking what? Okay, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Like we criticize the shit that we like and shit.
I mean,
too,
you can be emotionally invested in it, but don't let it ruin your life. It's like it's not.
Yeah, I'm not about to go riot because they fucking killed Wolverine about 17 times since I've been alive, type shit.
Yeah, it's
like what is this shit?
You want it to be that way? You go write a fan fiction and make it your way.
Hugh Jackman ain't gonna play Wolverine again. Fuck all this, man. You know what?
There's plenty of I'm sure there's plenty of Harry Potter and Hermione on Pornhub or some shit like that.
I'm looking for that shit right now.
I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. Get our whole YouTube channel blocked.
Well, all my meat out right now in front of the camera. Just be blocked.
This big ass white splatter on the foot. Be like, oh wait. It's good. Oh,
and the sorcerer's stone for real right now.
Right, and the sorcerer's sperm.
Harry Potter and the sorcerer's sperm right now.
And the sorcerer's splat.
Fucking Hermione, all that shit. But we'll wrap it up like that with, it's like you can't, be passionate and critical, and be critical around your friends and passionate about certain shit, because we critical about a lot of shit too. But it's like there's more positive and more positive and more important shit that's going on in the world for you to be overly sensitive about. Oh yeah, we want to talk about one more thing. It just reminded me about talking about positivity. One more thing we got to talk about before we wrap it up. Donald Trump. Toon mentioned it earlier. What was you saying about Trump?
It's less about Trump. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the shit that he's doing is stupid. How he got coronavirus. We talked about this in a previous podcast. He got coronavirus. He's back in the White House, still contagious. He's refusing to wear a mask. He wants to work from the Oval Office. So every one of his staff has to wear a complete hazmat suit when they come in to talk to him, because he doesn't want to put a mask on. So this is, all that shit is stupid, whatever. But the thing that trips me out, I'm going to say it, is the Trump supporters. Because everybody was talking about, because Donald Trump said that the coronavirus was a hoax. All his supporters agreed, oh, it's a hoax, it's not real. Then once the motherfucker got it, shit got real. And he's like, oh, don't be afraid of it. I feel better than ever than I would have been in the last 20 years. So coronavirus apparently gave this motherfucker superpowers. So he's like, I felt better than I have in 20 years. Don't fear this thing. So now everybody's like, yeah, don't fear it, and completely ignoring the fact that he lied about the shit being fake in the first place. Now that it's like you're still gonna trust him after he already lied to you the last year and 200,000 people in the United States died. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a low percentage. The recovery rate is high. I don't give a shit about none of that. I care about this person's character, his politics, and the shit that he says is just so damn dumb. I don't know how people can follow it. And that doesn't mean I'm not a Biden supporter. I don't give a shit about either one of them. Biden's
I don't buy into none of this shit.
Yeah. But it just trips me out. Like the followers are so blind, and I'm not gonna say who said this, but I was listening to this, and there's a point. It comes to a point that I want to make, where this person said, we as Republicans, we watch the debate, for entertainment. It's entertainment to us. The debates are really for the undecided percentage who are trying to figure out who they're going to vote for. And the dude said, as Republicans, we're going to vote for Trump either way. To me, that is the most ignorant fucking thing you could say, but it's true, because Trump could come out today and say, I don't give a fuck about the American people, da 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 da. And people would be like, oh yeah, he's at least he's being real, at least he's being honest. He could tell you that he doesn't give a shit about you and he wants you to die, and you'll still go cast that vote for him because he's being real though. At least it's not Biden.
Yeah.
What a stupid fucking thing to say.
Yeah, they don't like him. They're not even because of his point of views or what his political standpoint is. They just don't like him just because he ain't the guy that they want to win type shit. It's not even like you said. It's not even about his political views or standpoint. Like you said, he can sit there and be like, "Fuck all the American people. This is about that money."
When this motherfucker
we cashing out.
He left the hospital because nobody will tell his fat fucking stupid orange ass no. He left the hospital, drove by all his fans. I don't know if you've seen that video or not, but did you hear how they were screaming? They were screaming. No. They were screaming, like waving to him, holding Trump 2020 shit because he had COVID and left the fucking hospital so he could do a little drive-by. Like, bro, they're screaming at this motherfucker like he's their god. He's literally their deity and shit.
I need that shit. That's the shit that I need right there. That's some smooth shit, Trump. I give you that. That's some smooth shit. Because if you could be that dumb and make whatever, you got people damn near about to pass out. Like, oh my God, it's Trump, over nothing. That's what, and over nothing though. He's not saying nothing. He's talking shit. Yeah. He's been talking shit since he's been president. Yeah. Talking shit. Both sides have been talking shit. We ain't one side or the other. Both sides be talking shit. That's all they do is talk shit. And like Trump is stupid because he said this, and then Trump be like, "No, bitch, you stupid because you don't believe this." That's it. Twitter fingers, fucking on the Fox News, on every news channel, CNN, all that shit. It's just all day long people arguing about, Trump sneezed today. Trump fucking it was a bee in the White House. It's just stupid shit. Yeah. If you really listen to what they saying, they repeat the same shit, and people fall for that same shit all day long. Somebody right now sitting on the couch just watching the same shit over and over and over, and not gaining anything from it.
And what's the trip? I mean, and like I said, I feel the same way about the Democrats that are voting for Biden, because a lot of them, same thing. Where you're a Democrat, you're gonna vote blindly for the Democrat. That's my biggest issue. Is everybody's decision right now is ignorance, and they're just the reason Trump, we have so much to say about him is because he just gives you so much ammo. He gives you so much to talk shit about because he's done.
And he ain't stopped.
Thing. Yeah. And he knows that no matter what, and he knows that no matter what, his supporters are still going to support. Like Jesus Christ, God could smite you like a motherfucker, but you still gonna believe in God tomorrow because you got smitten. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like you're still gonna worship because that's what you do, and that's what they're doing that's what Trump's doing to people. He's like, I'm gonna go say the most ridiculous shit, and I'm still gonna have all these people just like this, hanging and swinging from my nuts like that, just holding on to my nuts.
He says some of the most, I don't understand, some of the most ridiculous. They all do shit. It's not even him. They all say some of the most outrageous shit. All it is up there making fucking smoke and mirrors and shit, making promises that none of them really keep.
None of them.
No, he done this and he done that and shit. What they really have done for you? What do you really gain out of all this shit? After it's the same thing as like I mentioned earlier about like the basketball players, football team and shit like that. After they won, and shit. What did you get? We got a little bit of joy. It was happy, whatever, and then that's it.
And let me tell you something real contradicting, and I'm gonna leave it on this because this is something people can't explain. So for one, they say that during Trump's administration, before coronavirus happened, it was the highest rate of employment for Black people of any president, right? So I have two things to say about that. One, how the fuck do they know? Are they keeping track of every Black person that has a job and doesn't have a job? If they are, they're doing it based on unemployment, right? So they're doing it, like I said, based on the number of Black people on unemployment. You could tell which Black people are employed, which Black people are not employed. Now, the big thing between white Republicans is that Black people are typically lazy. That's why they live on welfare and unemployment. So are you telling me that Trump got in the White House and made Black people less lazy, or did he give them more opportunities? If what you say is true and the unemployment rate for Black people has been lower than ever, is that because Black people maybe didn't have some kind of opportunity, but you say that doesn't exist? You know what I mean? You say that no, they're on welfare because they're lazy. So then how the fuck are they having jobs all of a sudden now? Maybe, it's like they still can't admit that there's some kind of racial prejudice in the world. They want to look at their America like everything is fine and perfect and fucking equal. Yet you're going to say that these things exist, but you're not going to give a reason behind why they were as they were in the first place. You still want to just, you know what I mean? The logic just isn't there to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the logic is all off. Just like you just explained it. There is no logic behind it. It's all smoke and mirror shit.
It is.
It's a whole bunch of people talking about shit.
It's all contradictions, just constant contradictions. Everything political is a fucking contradiction.
Shit, they did the original podcast and shit. They started that shit a long time ago, just talking shit about nothing. Just talk.
Like the Onion, except that's the real world.
Like fucking, they're just talking about shit, and it gets and since the creation of it gets people riled up and enough to fight over it, talk about it, and all that kind of shit. It just gives people a talking point. That's all it really is.
Yeah,
you got people claiming to be a Republican, ain't even meeting Republican standards.
I know.
It's like me saying, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, we fucking NBA stars ain't even fucking been to an NBA game. You're an NBA star and shit like that. I'm a fucking basketball star. Ain't even fucking seen a basketball in my life, but on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, people. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. You label yourself as one. Do you even know what the fuck you claiming? It's like game banging. Like we said, you just claim some shit just because.
They got their flags and everything, and then they, completely anti the other side for whatever reason. Oh, he's a good person, but he's a Republican.
This fucking hood fucking what's this? What you say? Like the hood Hollywood squares and shit. Yeah. Like you get the fucking and in November everybody get to pick which gang they want to be from. Gang.
Yeah, it's Malibu's most wanted in this bitch.
Fuck.
America.
But anyway, we'll wrap this up. Next podcast will be will be soon. We'll be talking about some other stuff, maybe more like fitness, or if anything else comes up, we'll talk about something different. If you got any comments or things you want us to talk about, go to Fox and Raven ENT on IG. You can DM us, and we'll mention your name and your comment on our next podcast. Go to foxravenent.com. We got merch, subs, and more stuff on there to check out.
Yeah.
We'll make a schedule for our podcast of people. That's what we really need. I've been getting inbox about that too. Scheduling when do we podcast, blah blah blah. We'll get that stuff together too as well. And as always, stay sly as a fox
and fly as a raven.